I'm holding the starter here out of Black Betty. As you can see, this thing is pretty old and nasty. It's got a lot of corrosion on it. So while we're in here, we got the exhaust off. Pretty easy to get to it, so might as well change it out and put something new in there. So quick 15-minute job, but definitely makes a difference. You see up in there, got the new starter installed, was able to inspect the wires while we were there, and everything looks good. And then on the back of the motor, we have our new back motor plate. That's an improved version for the old one. What I'm working on right now is installing the line for this remote bleeder setup on our new slave for Black Betty. So you can see here, this is the stock GM that we got from Tick Performance with our LS7 clutch that's actually sitting right here next to me. That's going to go in at some point here, tomorrow probably. But we also got a new slave because the other one was pretty thrashed, so we're replacing this as well. But we went ahead and did the remote bleed line, which is really important if you want to make it more accessible and easier to bleed your clutch slave without really having to mess around a lot. It's really difficult to get down there. This is the factory bleed port, and basically we're just going to extend that so we can run it up next to the clutch cylinder, master cylinder, and be able to get to it. So in order to do that, you got to modify this. It comes with these two fittings here. And so we're going to remove this one here, which is just on there as a factory unit. And we're going to install in its place this fitting right here. You want to make sure that you get this stuff nice and tight, but this is an aluminum housing, but definitely don't want to get air in there. And then basically this steel braided line goes on the end here. Use the right side. It's really hard to get to all this stuff when it's installed, especially in a Corvette with the torque tube and everything else. Make sure that's nice and tight. And then you have your bleed port that you put on the end of this. Get that nice and tight. And then once you route everything up, then once you bleed it, you'll be able to use this port here instead of all the way down at the slave. And that just helps you in your everyday maintenance when you got to work on the car. Now what I'm going to attempt to do is get this pilot bearing out. I've already been working on it quite a bit today, and the remover that I'm using just doesn't seem to be able to get all the way behind it to pull it out. But I'm going to give it one more shot before I call it a day, because I really would like to get the flywheel on here and get the clutch installed before I call it a day. So we're going to give this one more shot. We already got the starter installed, and then just trying to make progress one step at a time here, get as far as we can. So fingers crossed this works this time. Pretty much like everything on this car, it's just rusted and frozen in here. And there are a couple old school tricks to this. You've probably heard of filling it up with bread, maybe even grease. I've heard that working before. So I guess if all else fails, we'll give one of those things a shot. I don't have any bread. I do have grease though, so we could try that. But I'm gonna give this one more shot and hopefully it works. This tool should work pretty good, but like I said, everything in this car has just been fighting us. That thing feels like it's as far down there as it can get. The idea is once that's up against the back side of that, you should be able to, with the right wrench, be able to tighten this jam nut and have it pull out of there. Third time's a charm. That's what they tell me. I don't know how many times I've tried this so far, but I really want this thing to come out, so I'm gonna give it one more shot here. So third time is not the charm, but fourth time certainly was the charm. Every time I do this, this thing just pulls out. Not the way I want it to pull out, of course. Can't really tell, but it looks like it's starting to come out. That other tool is just coming out all the way, which is seeming to be likely because it's getting looser. That thing just does not want to come out. Kind of determined to see it to the end just to see if it can grab onto something. I pretty much know it's just not doing anything, but it's almost all the way out. There it goes. So that didn't work. It's just really jammed up in there. It does not want to budge out. For a second there, I thought we had it, but it doesn't seem to be doing the trick. Well, it's all right. We'll try again tomorrow. Got Jake underneath the car, and we are just finishing this up. We've got the torque tube reinstalled with the brand new clutch. Transaxle's going back in the car finally, and we just got a few more things to clean up, and then this car will be back in operational service and ready for the track.